Good afternoon, everybody. What did it say? Show my microphone being up so darn loud. Oh, I don't want it to be that loud. Good lord. Um. Anyways, sorry about all this craziness going on, and I humbly apologize for missing out on yesterday. But I know some of you know I've been very busy. So I guess this is like basically the beginning of my journey. Um. And let me tell you, it's just crazy. But I've been doing whatever I have to do. But yesterday, I will tell you, in all honesty, it was like a nonstop brain working day. Um, I literally had to, you know, sit down at my computer and get all this paperwork done and get my brain working. And it was just, oh my God, it was just. Now, I'm just looking at something here. This is supposed to be the new thing, huh? Let me see. Where would it be? Because I just realized this just now. I'm like, oh, so they threw a freebie in, you know. And I get the standard. Wait a minute. Is it? Yeah, it's okay, you know. Eh. But anyways, I just thought I'd kind of share that with you. And again, I wasn't available yesterday at all, and I do apologize. And I know you guys understand, so. But here it is. I'm just so, I've been very excited about the good news that I got the other day. Let me see if I have to plant anything. Oh, definitely weed and those things and those things. So let's see what we got on our food list. Um, I'm gonna do these because it does show they're kind of low, so I'm not gonna worry too much about it. But yeah. But I will continue to do so. Tomorrow's going to be kind of a half busy day. So what might happen with my videos is because it is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard my time. So I don't think I'm going to be on this like late tomorrow. But I have an appointment tomorrow morning, which then means I'll probably be on sometime after noontime. But I will do my best to keep you all aware of what I'm doing and when I'm going to be doing it. I think this was probably my second video that I missed. Um, as I will tell you, yesterday I was working very hard at my computer, doing all the paperwork and making a bazillion phone calls and just getting everything right. Which I'll tell you, um, be prepared if any of you are buying a home or anything to that effect. It's a journey, but it's not a bad journey. It can be a little tiresome and tedious, and you'll forget to eat. And like last night, I ate late, but you know, uh, I did okay. And like today, I made sure I had something to eat again, because again, my day started and I was on the phone with different people and had to get different things done. It's like, oh. But I ended on my day on a good note, though. I mean, of what I had to get done. And now it's just a matter of, how can I put it? Just the little things. And then, because I'm going to have the place inspected, which is kind of a common thing that you do when you're buying. Let me see what else. And then, basically once that's done, it's done. So, it's just kind of like a formality kind of thing that you do. So, oh, did we? Yeah, we did. Okay, so I'm just double checking to make sure. Did I plant those? And I know I'm going to plant more tomatoes because I know that I'm always going to need those. Peanuts. Well, I'll tell you what I've been doing because they're supposed to be level 80 before I open up the final crop. So I just been planting them. And honestly, I don't even know what level they are right now, but I've been planting them, doing my thing. So, this. And it's snowing, yay! Not here. No, we're 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 getting out of we're getting out of spring and soon to be going to a summer. So, but I know in some parts of the world it is snowing. Definitely. So, in case you all want to know, you didn't miss yesterday's video. I just didn't do one, but I always make it a point to put them up on my YouTube channel, which is also linked to my Twitch. So, you know, you can watch that at your leisure anytime you want. I'm telling you, even like last night, because we had to go get something to eat, so I went out and let me see. I went out, finally picked up some food. It was kind of late too, and I finally picked up some food, ate some food. And you know how like when you're really tired, then you eat some food that makes you even more tired. So I'm sitting there on the couch. I was so comfortable, and I'm like, oh, should I go to bed now? Did I forget anything? Oops. Besides, yeah. Oh, I gotta do a week anyway, so let's just see. Oh, the winter holds up. I think I'll do one of these instead. No, wait a minute. Ooh, green. Ooh, all of them. So let's go find out what we can do for lettuce. I don't want to do just lettuce. I want to do something that's going to give me a little bit of money. No, I ain't do no date. How about this 3-hour dealio? This'll work. Yeah, those purple dealio things. But I know I got a lot more stuff up top. But anyway, I have to say, over the past, I don't know, months or whatever, I've met some very interesting and very, very nice people. But I wanna touch base on something, and I won't bring up the word religion, but I just did. But I just want to touch on something that I admire and respect about people, and it's really, it weighs heavy on my mind. Simply for the fact that, kudos to those that stand up for what you believe in, and kudos to those that, when you speak what you feel in your heart and in what you believe, kudos. Don't let others discourage you from what you feel or what you think. You have to really stand up for that. You can't just go, oh no, Joe's going to hear me say this, or he's going to think that. You know what? Screw them. You stand up. You stand up like a soldier, and you defend what you believe in. And that's basically the best way to say it and do it. Defend what you believe in. And that doesn't mean you go kick anybody's butt. It just means you defend what you believe in, stand your ground. Because that's the kind of a person I am. I will stand my ground. It's like me saying about Larry. I've had some tragic losses, but I've also have stood my ground about my faith. I have never let it go, nor will I ever let it go. And some people might think, well, it's a little crazy, but no, it's not. It's what you believe in. I remember a guy from many, 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 many years ago, and he said, "You know what keeps me sober?" I'm like, "Uh-oh." Shouldn't have asked, right? I said, "What keeps you sober?" And he said, "A doorknob." I'm like, "A doorknob?" I said, well, what do you mean, a doorknob? He said, exactly that. He goes, because when you open a door, he says, for me, opening a door is like opening the door to the liquor store, opening the door to get booze somewhere. But that's what, and he says, and that doorknob represents, for me, what keeps me sober. I'm like, oh, okay, but that's, for me, that's his belief, and God bless him. You know, God bless him. Oh, what is this message? Okay, I gotta read this stupid thing. Hold on, page 3. Wait a minute. Oh, perfect. Hopefully. Let me see. I just gotta write something down to this person. Yeah, this is more about the health stuff. Okay, now let me just see something. Page 3 of 5. And then I gotta look at page 4. Wait a minute, page 3 of 5. Hello? Page 4 of 5. It's a little blurry, but it's okay. A bit blurry. Okay. Oops. Oh, okay. I hit the wrong one, but it gave me the right one. Oh gosh, should I wait? Yeah, I should, huh? Well, spring comes next, right? So let's see what spring brings. Let me see. No. What comes after spring? Come on. No. I know. Oh. I want to do more wheat too. I think. Because I didn't. Oh crap. Um. Did I get a wheat in? No, it's gonna change to anyways. So it's not really gonna matter. But I see two. See, these are two wheats. So let's just wait and see. Okay, good. Now I can do a wheat because it's spring. La di da. Oh, perfect. See, I can just get this wheat in. Okay. And yeah, the old farm is shaking up. But I just want to say though, don't let anything shake or break your faith, no matter what it is. Whatever you have faith in, don't let anyone ever shake shake your faith. Don't let them do that to you. Stand up for it and hold on to it. Hold it into your heart as hard as you can. You know, because yeah, losing Larry, and I also lost a son. It's it's worse than devastating, but it's also something that'll shake you to the core, and it has. But it did not shake my faith away from me in any way, And it's okay, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, to get angry, um, have a crappy attitude. It's okay. It's okay. But don't let anyone ever shake your faith, ever. And that's coming from me. So if I don't let anybody do it, I hope you guys don't. And as I've seen many times before, as they say, there's a reason for everything. You'd be sitting there going, yeah, yeah, there's a reason, all right. But I can still smile. I can still smile, and I can hold on to that. So, yeah. Oh, what are these funny looking things? What am I doing here? Oh, wow, wow, wow. What? Ooh, look at the tomatoes look really bad, even though I can plant some more. I'm gonna plant some more tomatoes. I hope they put a pizza place in here, you know? It'd be kind of good. Kind of fun. So even though they changed my bus stop thing over there, I'm not going to change it back to anything. I'm just going to leave it alone. It's fine just the way it is. And it does come in different colors. But that means if it's on your farm and you delete it out, you want to put a new one, you're going to get 50% back of whatever you do. So look at it that way. And if I'm not mistaken, someone said, I missed you too, Ace. I did. And I see, I don't see, okay, I haven't even been reading Discord yesterday, but Ace had a thing that said, happy birthday to Farm Together. It sounds about right, because, yeah, I mean, I remember playing it last year, early, you know. But eyes are doing fine, Mr. Ace. Doing just fine. And I think we're also going to be getting another new person. Cole's going to invite somebody. If they have a problem getting him in on Discord, you know, because I told Cole they're more than welcome to have somebody join our group, because we're very casual, friendly, you know. But yeah. Yeah, new friend. They're from Germany too. Ooh. And I'm sorry for all you people from Germany, but the only thing is I'm going to say, and I'm probably going to say it incorrectly, but I don't sprechen Sie Deutsch. And I believe that means I don't speak German. But I could be saying it all wrong, so please. Oh, I'm in trouble, ain't I? Oh, gosh. It'll never happen, but I'll tell you guys. I really wish I could visit all the countries of the world, you know, without having any concern or worry about being an American. I'm a human being. I mean, but some people don't recognize that, of course. But I'm just saying, you know, I will be glad the day that I can go to any country I want without having that fear. Because there's a lot of things that are so beautiful about other countries and the things that they have. And, you know, I hope someday I can see that. You know, I really do. So I know if I was to be going around all these places, my gosh, I'd probably have jet lag like you wouldn't believe. Like, oh, what time is it now? Oh, yeah. It's like what, Alaska? During their winter months, it's like nighttime there. And I forget how many months they have complete nighttime. Like, they don't have a daytime. They just have a nighttime. I don't know. I don't think I could handle that. No. Not going to do that. 'Cause, I mean, I'm sure there are countries that, you know, in certain areas, they don't have that normal stuff like I think we do. But hey, doing my oh wow! All that time I was gone, and look, this guy was really picking some pears for me. Yeah, I like it. Oh my God, I would too. Oh yeah. I mean, honestly, I would like to go to. I'd like to go to Germany, because I mean, they get all kinds of fun things, right? Um, and the language is very different. And here's all I know about the German language is, and this is what I was taught in school, that most of their language is they use more consonants than vowels, but and it's all in how the and it's all in their pronunciations of the words that they say. But I'd be interested in, yeah, some of the German food. Yeah, I think I would like that. You did? Wow, congratulations. And I'd also like to go to Russia. And the reason why I'd like to go to Russia is to see, what is it, the Kremlin? I love to see those buildings. I'd love to see the architecture. That's what would interest me the most, is the architecture of the buildings. I like, because we do not have that here. Like, I'd like to go to a country where they have castles and moats and you know all of that kind of stuff. I would so love to see that, but we don't have that here. We have lots of other kind of weird things, but flowers, huh? Why is this so big? I can't. Oh, okay. Floor is a bit blurry. No, I sent them a message like, "Durr." Wait till I tell him. Oh, did he already? Let me see. Now I'm gonna go cuckoo. Oh, is that number 4? Please say number 4. Excuse me. Okay. Ow. Should I do the fish? No, no, no. I don't want to do the fish right this moment unless. Now, see, that's interesting. It says parasol mushrooms. That's kind of screwed up. Erebus? I don't even. I gotta go to the house. Oops. Well, I have to go in here anyway for parasol mushrooms. Why didn't that take effect the other day? Well, my mom, she actually went to Ireland some years ago, and I actually have a oh gosh, I forget now what exactly it's called, but she actually brought something back from Ireland. It looks, there is a specific name for it too. But she did. She actually went to Ireland. She went to the Vatican. It was some special they had many moons ago. Um, yes, she traveled to Italy. Oh yeah, she went to all those places, and she said she had a great time. Now let's see if I want to put in. Oh, you know what? The parasols are on the other. Oh God, what do I need? How many parasols? Oh, brother. Because there's no parasols in here. Yeah, and she is that a full pic? Oh, that's excellent. Okay, good. See, I'm still doing work from yesterday. Ah! I'm telling you, all this stuff will make you crazy. It will. But one good thing, I did see, I did see it say officially under contract, which means, I've been accepted. Yeah. And it's just good. It's a good feeling. It's really good feeling. I mean, sometimes when you're down and out and you're in the dumps, always look ahead and look up, because sometimes things can get better. You just gotta have a little faith, like E. I thank you. I am. Oh. Well, if anybody watched my last video at the very end, I had those were tears of joy and not sadness. They were just like like that sigh of relief, and you're just really happy. And I truly was very happy and very relieved. Because sometimes things in your life, they don't always go the way you want them to, but that's not because it's not because they don't go the way you want them to, because that's not in the design of the plan of your life that God placed before you. Okay? Sometimes uh, things happen, obviously, for a reason, and you're still going to scratch your head and go, yeah, like, for what? But sometimes when things do happen, and they happen for a reason, it's called like the journey in your life. And you'll always be on a journey in your life until the day you die. But in that journey, you can also look back and see, yep, you're going to see the good things, you're going to see the bad things, you're going to see the bright clouds and the dark clouds. But, and I've seen lots of dark clouds. Oh my gosh, did I? But also, I think, oh, well, hey, maybe I know where you can put them chickens. You can put them right down here in the cave. But no, I mean, I do. I think that there's I think, like, for me, I could have probably literally sat on my butt doing nothing. Um, and as many times as I went to go look at a place, I was very discouraged, and I was not losing faith. There's a difference. I was kind of giving up hope, like, you know what, this is never going to happen. I'm going to be looking and looking and looking. But then I found the right one. I found the right place. And it was just a wonderful thing to find it. And it was like, one of those you least expected, because I'll tell you, the day that we went to look at that place, yes, I did pray. And I it was almost like I wanted to believe, but then there was that part of me that said no. It's almost like, if you ever think about how many times sometimes you get disappointed and you get let down, and you just don't, you're like, you know what? I've been through this 5 times and I'm not going to do it again. But then you might say to yourself, take a breath, take a moment. That's all it does. You take a breath. You take a moment. Because no matter how many times somebody knocks you down, take a breath, take a moment, get back up, and move forward. And that's what I had to do. And I'll tell you, it was a difficult task for me, of all people. Okay? I'll tell you, it was a difficult task for me to get up again. You know, I mean, it's like, how many damn times do I have to fall on my face before, I can finally get up and walk 5 more steps or walk 10 more steps, I think that's what it was for me. It was like I had to walk a lot of steps, but I wasn't walking alone. Um, yeah. Yes, footprints in the sand. You're correct. You're correct. But no, and I believe that. I mean, you know, sometimes we all, and it wasn't my first time. Sometimes you may in your life find yourself in a dark space, and you might be in there for a long time. But then there's going to be something that will kind of like peek in, almost like if you're in the dark room and if you open the door a little bit, you see a little teeny bit of a shadow of light coming in, but you're not sure what it is, but you know it's something there. But so through my journey of losing two people very close and dear to my heart, um, I think there was that one day I said, "Are you testing me? Because you're doing a bad job." But I also had to realize that this was not a test. I also had to realize that this was, you know, He will never test you. It's almost like the Lord will never ever really test you. He will always be with you, even when you're having a rough day. He's always with you. Um, but yes, and there are those temptations out there. Let's not forget about those bad little temptations out there. We're talking about maybe alcohol, maybe drugs, maybe who the heck knows. But there's always, and bad influential friends, by the way. It's like I love my friends dearly, but I also know what friends to stay the heck away from because they're like a bad influence. You know, they're like a bad influence. And who needs that, right? So, um, but I do know that whole time, yeah, I had my friends and things like that. But you know what? At the end of the day, um, I felt him with me. I felt my Lord, my Father, being with me. I felt him with me. As weak as I felt, and as much as that dark cloud was hovering over me, I felt him there. And I thought, okay, so now you got a plan. What is it? He ain't gonna tell me. So I myself had to, you know, because I would tell people baby steps. Ever watch a baby when they first start walking? They kind of like, they're awkwardly up there with their hands and, wah, 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 and the parents are all excited. Come on. And they watch that baby take maybe two steps. And what does that baby do? They fall down. But that baby gets right back up. They lift their little behind up and they just get it going, you know? So, and they may take him a couple of more steps, but you know what? As it progressively, and it's not like an overnight thing, but they progressively learn to walk. It's like if they progressively learn to eat food like we do, and but it's all in a process. So like for me to take baby steps, and believe you me, I'm still baby stepping it, you know, um, because I want to make sure that I'm not. I mean, I'm gonna make sure I'm not gonna fall. You know, I'm being very careful, and I look around, and you know, but um, I'm very careful. I'm very careful. So I would tell anybody and everybody, yeah, this is going to be a dark time for you. I get it, and my heart's with you, and I will pray for you. But you can't let those temptations. Um, you cannot let those temptations um, stop you from moving forward. And I'm going to tell you a real true story. I'm going to share something with all of you. And someone in that's watching now knows because they've seen a picture of this person. He was 47 years old and he was struggling very hard. He would have been a minister, and he was a really smart guy. I think if you had met him, you all would have liked him because he was a very like outgoing, happy person. But yes, he struggled with alcohol, and then he got depressed, and he went through so many stages of his life. And no matter what, and some of you might have parents that just ain't gonna give a crap. So you know what? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. Just put it aside. Worry about you, focusing on you. Okay? And I always kept the communication open with my son no matter what. Even when he was doing bad things, I kept my communication open with him all the time. But here's the thing. My son kept ministering, and he decided again, after the umpteenth time of falling on his face, to get his life started over again. This was last year. He got himself in a nice little, apartment kind of thing. And he got there, I think, last year in February. He was very happy. And he was getting into some programs, getting help, and this and that. Okay? He was doing really good. And then what happened was, and we're going to talk about this mistake, because bear this in your brain, burn it in your brain for the rest of your life, because this is what's going to happen. If you decide to become sober from either drugs or alcohol, and you've kind of like kept your friends at bay, do yourself a favor. Constantly keep them at bay. Because my son made one mistake. One mistake. And it cost him his life. And yes, there was somebody with him. And that one person that was with him did not bother to call 911 or any of the above. They left him there to die. That was my son's mistake. So, before you decide to be out with your buddies and you decide to get a little high or whatever because it's one time will take your life away. And you know what? My son's not the only victim. There are lots of other victims out there of ages 10, 15, 12, 9. Yes, they're all victims because they did something that took their life because it was one mistake. One mistake. And that's all it takes. And yep, he left his mama and his daughter and, real friends, and, he touched a lot of lives while he was here on this earth. And now he's gone. But he's only gone physically, but spiritually, he's always with me. But I know that he is now safe with his dad, with his father, not his dad like, eternal father. He is with his father whom he believed in. And I don't want any one of you to feel sorry or feel sad or any of that. I want you to learn from somebody with firsthand experience to tell you not to make that mistake. Even if it's one time, even if it's just a little bit, one time, don't do it. Because that might be your last breath. And then when that happens, there's no turning back. Nothing. You're done. It's not like the video games or what you see on TV. It is not at all like that. You're gone. You're gone. And that's it. And if, and the thing that got me was he was with a friend. A friend. So beware. And do not make that mistake. And I don't give a crap what your friends say. Oh, come on, dude, let's do this. Nah, I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? When they, oh, come on, it's only, just take a little. No, that ain't gonna happen. Because in my mind, you know who that is? That's Satan tempting you. That is a demon that is tempting you. And I'm not talking about these oobly goobly things. I'm saying that is a true demon. That is the true devil that is speaking to you and making you believe that you're gonna be okay. But ain't gonna happen. But I want you all to know that. I want you all to know and believe that um, don't make a mistake. Do not make any don't make that mistake because you know I'll never know you're gone other than whoever knows you. But I wanted to put that message out there for people, and I hope you hear it. I hope you hear it loud and strong. Um, you know, um, you got to kind of believe that, because like my son, he was a really good guy. And there is one person that I shared that picture with, and that picture was taken, yeah, last year. So, and if you saw that picture of him, you'd be going, oh, damn, damn, like, whoa, okay. Um, there's a lot of these videos going around about kids that are 10 or 11 years old. Their families would take videos and things of these little kids, 10, 11 years old, 15 years old, and they got snuffed out in less than 2 minutes because they made a mistake. And that's pretty damn sad. It is pretty damn sad to know that these young kids, their lives were snuffed out so simple. And I will tell you that my heart goes out to all of these young people like yourselves, because I know you guys, a lot of you can be younger than me, but my heart breaks because nobody, it's almost like nobody cares. I care, and I know there's other people that care too, but I know that, you know, you guys are losing your generation. You are losing your people. You are losing, your friends. You're losing people, and that's not right. It's just not right. You know, I remember when I was in my teen years, kids would drink beer, woo woo. Kids would, maybe one kid I remember drinking hard liquor, but that was it. And I think there was maybe one kid smoking a little weed, but that's it. And I think in my 20s, by then I'm kind of like getting a little more educated about these people to stay the hell away from. So what you kind of have to realize is um, you guys have to like yourselves, move forward, and know that you can do better than what you're doing right now. You know what I mean? You gotta know that. But you can't just go and do all these things. I mean, you can, but it's kind of like don't make any mistakes, because when you make that mistake, you're done. You're done. And if you think I'm kidding, go look on YouTube. Go look in the news. You'll see how bad it is. It's bad for young people. Very bad. And which is, to me, I'm devastated. Where I live in, the town that I live in, they have so many DOAs in the town that I live in that it is what it is. And nobody says anything. I mean, I've talked to other people, and I said, why doesn't, we make this like a big issue? Why aren't we, like saying, hey, wake up, people, you're losing your young people, because you are. In my personal opinion is, when all this stuff was going on about politics and everything else, Biden this, Trump that, Biden this, you know something? I don't give a crap about Trump, and I don't give a crap about Biden. What I care about is the young people that we are losing all around the world. That's what we're losing. We're losing people that can build our country, and they are soldiers, and they're strong, and you people are strong, and you need to kind of like open your eyes and look, and make that change, make people see you, because you people are not invisible. You have to make them see you, and you have to do better things in your lives, and you have to have like some faith. I know I've heard the old expression, God is dead. Really? How do you know that? Oh, is it because we have a crappy whatever? Well, let me tell you something. He is far from being dead. I mean, I don't think he's dead. I just think that, again, that's another thing that somebody puts out there as being a distraction, that negative influence. Um, but I firmly believe in my heart that um, young people need to kind of like wake up and be heard and be seen and be cared for and loved and be strong. Don't be hiding. It's no point to being hiding. Stop being angry. You know what? Take your anger and turn it into something positive. That helps. You know. I mean, hey, I could be angry because my son has passed. I could be really angry because Larry's gone, but I am not. Nope. I'd rather help somebody. Um, I'd rather help someone than um, be angry. You know, even if it's one person, I'd rather help that one person. If it's two, wonderful. You know, I don't know if I have enough band-aids, but hey, um, things could be worse, I guess. And but you really need to have a lot more faith, and don't lose it. You know, don't even put it in your pocket. Wear it around your neck or something. I don't know. Yeah, but I've seen that on God is dead. I'm like, okay. And when people don't believe in him, I respect that. Um, because I'm going to say the reason why is because they have their own reasons for disbelief. They do, and and I can respect that. I can actually agree and disagree, and we can both get along. Because it's whatever you believe in, then that's what you believe in. But then, I might say, well, why don't you? I'm going to ask. I mean, come on. You might say, why do you believe? Well, I read the Bible, and there are some things that I kind of look, I question about the Bible too. We all question things that we read. But I have that much respect for, oh, no, I don't believe in him. Well, and sometimes I get, well, because my mother died. Yes, my brother died. My sister died. My dog died. I mean, it could be, okay, that's cool. But you believed before that, right? I mean, I don't know unless you were raised with uh, people that never had any belief and they didn't tell you anything. That is the only thing I've kind of assumption I've come up with. But I love people, so I'm always the first one to say, and why is that? And they'll tell me, obviously, because I'm kind of curious. I am curious about what people believe and why. Um, I've actually studied with different religions, not all of them. And then it's kind of interesting because when I did study with other religions, there was some things that I said, that makes sense. That sounds like a good thing. But then there would be other things I'd be like, no, I don't think so. No, that doesn't work for me. So, I mean, it kind of goes in that sense both ways. Um, you know, it's like you might read things and you go, yeah, that's a good thing to read. Then you might read something, no, I ain't reading that. I mean, it just depends on the individual. I mean, it really does. So, but I will never just sit there. Well, you don't believe in him. I'm not like that. because I'd be a hypocrite, and I don't, and I'm not. You know, but it's my belief, and yep, through my hardships and my losses, I've also have gained more than I've lost. Um, and that's what I believe. It's like I didn't lose my faith now, did I? You know, it just made me angry. I'm still angry. Yeah, I'm still angry, and that's okay. It's really okay to be angry. You know, because sometimes I'll look at my kid's picture and I'll go, Chris, why did you do that? That's stupid. But it's just things happen. I mean, if you all can think about something that you did that was kind of stupid, or it was, even though it was a mistake. I mean, even I've done it, you know, but I'm sure there are things that you've all done in your life that you go, damn, I wish I never did that. But you did it. Are you going to do it again? No. But when you make mistakes like that, you can't do it again. Like, you're done. You know, end game. You're done. And then you leave behind people that love you and that cared about you. And it may not necessarily be your parents or whoever, but there's always somebody that cares and loves you. And it's a thing. And I know there are people that will take their lives, and I feel my heart goes out to them, because sometimes they feel like they're at their end and they can't go on. And I will never fault them for that. If they can't go on, they can't go on. That there's nothing you can do about it. You can't. It's like you can't change their mind, and it's not a coward's way out. It's sometimes people do get to that point, and that's it. And some of those people will never, ever, ever, never say a word. They won't. And that's that. But then there are those that you see having a troubled life, and they're struggling in the darkness, and they need light. They need to see that light. They need to feel the warmth of that light. You know, and I hope some of you feel that warmth. I hope some of you see that light, and don't ever be ashamed of your beliefs. Don't ever, don't ever. But then again, don't do stupid things. Don't do stupid mistakes. And again, if one of your friends comes up to you and says, hey dude, let's get high, you know what? You tell your friend, I said to have a nice day. I'm telling you. You know what I used to say to my kids? Don't ever think you're too old for me to whoop your butt. Okay? But I know that I know in my heart of hearts he made a mistake, and he paid for it with his life. So, and I miss him dearly. I miss our conversations. I miss hearing his voice on the phone, even though I can watch a video every now and then of him. But I really miss him a lot. And, but again, nothing I can do about it. Except I have my fondest memories of him, and they usually make me smile, and I feel a little better. But no way did I lose my faith. Yeah, when people are struggling in their lives, and it could be something, I'd be looking at you like, yeah, what do you, there's nothing wrong with you. You don't know. And people that, people that are struggling, um, they don't like to tell the whole world, because they struggle in secret. They struggle in silence. And I get that. And you don't want to, come out into the light. Well, something, you can still come out into the light, and you can still struggle, but you might find a new way to lighten that load. of what you're struggling at doing. You might find something or someone that's going to help you. And I know that goes with, oh, I got to trust this person. No, you don't have to trust them. Absolutely not. Um, but it's like finding something that makes you happy. Not what makes somebody else happy, it's what makes you happy. And I don't mean go find some drugs and get happy because that ain't happy. And don't find alcohol because that ain't happy either. See, I got an answer for that one to you. But no, it really comes down to finding out what makes you happy, what keeps your interest, what makes you come on out in the light and not sit in the dark is not right. Because you know what? The ones that hide in the dark are probably the best damn people in the world. They probably are. And in a sense, I don't blame you for wanting to sit in the back, in the back of the bus. I don't blame you one bit. But you got to come out sooner or later. But you got to kind of come out and just feel, even if you stick your toe, it's like when you're testing the water in your tub, or you're testing the water down at the beach or the lake or wherever you're at, and you kind of stick your toes and then you go, ooh, it's a little cold, but really when you jump in, it's really not. So that's what you got to do. You got to kind of stick your toe in the pond and or stick your finger in there. And it doesn't matter, but you got to kind of feel a little bit of warmth. And that's okay. It's really okay. You got to do that part that makes you happy. I'm doing my part that makes me happy. I play my game. I watch videos. I watch TV. And I try to make other people smile. That's my biggest thing, is making people smile. I enjoy that. I enjoy that a lot, is making people smile. For no reason. I could be in a supermarket, and this is a great test. Go into a supermarket sometime, right? Especially if you're shopping, I wouldn't suggest. But very seriously, I've gone into supermarkets, doing whatever. But I think the most funnest thing to do is when you're walking down the aisle and you never see that person that just kind of like looks, they got no smile in their face, and they're just, they look just kind of blasé expression, but then you catch their eye, you make that little eye contact. And what's great is you make that smile right at them. Now, they don't know what the hell you're smiling at, but you know what? They will smile back, And they'll sort of remember that, like, I was in a supermarket today, some guy smiled at me. But that's okay, because you smiled at them. It doesn't hurt. What's a smile? It's just an expression. Even if you're walking down the street, and if you make eye contact with that person, just do a little smile, a little teeny one, a little grin, or a friendly hello. I mean, I know most of people are on their damn phones texting back to one another and things like that, And I'll tell you very honestly, I do not do that with my phone. When I'm in the supermarket, you know where my phone is? It's in my pocket. I do not carry it around to go texting my friends or calling my friends to say, hey, what do you want for dinner tonight, honey? No, I don't do that. I do not do that. I hate it when you go to the supermarket and you see somebody in there and, they're buried into the phone trying to look at something, and they're on the phone with, their other half or something. And, the world around them is just totally blanked out. It's just unbelievable, and I get a kick out of that. I do. I'll see people buried in their phones, hanging over the freezer. Yep, smiles can go a long way. They really can. I do it a lot. Especially if I make eye contact with somebody, I will smile at them. I'll go, smile. And they smile back, which I'm like, oh my God, they smile back. And you did not see that, so we will not discuss that part. You all like that, don't you? See what you all did? You made me do it again. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it. You did not see that, so don't even rewind it. You just didn't see it. That's all I'm saying. You know, nothing happened here. Oops. Oh, God. You guys, I love you. But see what happens? Did any of you smile or at least laugh because you all caught something? And we're not going to discuss what it is, but I did it. And I did not do that on purpose. It was an accident. See, that's what I get for going down the aisle, the ice cream aisle, and looking over, and I seen some ice cream, and then I seen this other guy, and I smiled at him, and then then I did it again. You know what I mean? It was kind of funny. Was it? Yeah, it was last night. Last night, there was a young man. He he and I were actually going into the same store, and I kind of made a comment, and he just turned around and he looked at me, and I smiled at him. We smiled back, and he goes, "Yeah, you're right." I'm like, but it was just a complete stranger, and yeah, so there's all this rain and everything. Yeah, he's smiling. He had a smile on his face after when he made a comment. And it was just, to me, it was just that simple to do that. It was just that simple enough. And, and whether he'll go and do it to somebody else, who knows? But something? It's just a matter of making that contact with someone. It's just doing that. You just make that contact with them. Because sometimes people don't know they exist. They don't feel like they exist in the world, that some stranger can walk up to them and say, or smile. Or exactly the other thing, too, is like you can be standing in line and, obviously you're looking at the other person's shopping cart. And what if they have a little kid in there with a cell phone? So you know what I usually do? I always say, hi, or I wave, I don't care what anybody thinks. Because nobody ever stands in line. If you ever notice this, when you're in the supermarket, let's say there's 5 people in front of you, or 6, and there's somebody always with a little baby maybe in front of you, right? How many people do you think, have you ever seen wave at the baby or smile at the baby, and they get the cell phone or the whatever in their hand, and then they look at you, you caught their attention. But for that few seconds, you literally caught their attention and you smiled at them and you talked to them. Like, you're here. You're not invisible. I see you. I mean, I do this with all the little kids I see in the supermarkets. Yeah. See, so I mean, I do it all the time. Of course, then the parents they smile, and I said, "How old is she? How old is he?" You know, because it's kind of nice, you know what I mean? It's kind of nice because now you've made 2 contacts, and like again, you may never ever see that person ever again or that baby, but what you did was you made some kind of a contact. You smiled, that's what you did. You made them smile. You made their day, and of course, I ran out of what. Okay, I need something that's gonna take 2 days. Yeah, these will work because that's a day and something. This is 2 days. I'll use my favorite one, Baby Boo pumpkins. I'd like to find some Baby Boo pumpkins because I've never seen Baby Boo pumpkins. No, I don't know. I've only seen orange ones. I've never seen a pumpkin close to white, so I don't know what the deal is with that. Though I'm not a big pumpkin fan. Though I can make a really good pumpkin pie. And then after you have the pumpkin pie, you know what you do? You put lots of whipped cream on it. That's the secret. Yeah. So, what do we got here? I'm not going to do... Okay, so we got peppers there. What do we got? Pepper. I'm going to do some more wheat. Where the heck is my weed? I might just. Oh, no, those are gonna go on. That's 2 days, right? Let's do the 2 days, because you do get a little something, something. Well, these ones are called Baby Boo, and I'm not sure if that's like the technical name for it, but it's called Baby Boo. Yeah, I've seen orange. Though you know something. Hmm. No, no, that's a totally different thing. Um. See, now I have to keep my eye out. But no, they've always been orange. You know, you see them in this big old box. You know what I've often wondered? Okay, during those holidays of, Halloween and Thanksgiving, okay, you ever see those things they call gourds? Gourds. What what is those things for? Oh, don't say decorations, please don't. But I mean, you can't eat them, I guess. But they're called gourds, Gourds, and they come in different weird shapes, sizes, colors. And I know sometimes people, what they do is they kind of like they paint. Well, they don't paint them like different colors, but what they do is they kind of put like a glossy looking thing, and they kind of put them around the table for the holidays. And I don't know what the deal is with that. I really don't. I mean, no, I don't. I have yet to figure that one out. But they do have those gourds. It's just like people going into the forest and they like um you see they like getting acorns, okay? And people use acorns for decoration, you know. And they also use those things that not squirrels. But I get it, but there were just some things I'm like, just leave it alone. Why do I want this thing on my table? Yeah. I mean, sometimes you do. You see these weird things in the supermarket, and you go, "Okay, what are people doing with those? They're not eating them." Um, there was, and I was told this by a Spanish lady. They had aloe, Aloe. Okay, and it's these big, long, green, leafy things, and but people eat those. Like if they have stomach problems or something, they eat them. Not that I'm going to eat them, but I'm just saying. Aloe. Um, and then what the heck else was there? Was it? No, 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 no. Well, I think ginger was one of them. Yes, it is ginger. Raw ginger. I mean, really raw, you know, ginger. And that's another thing people use. Like they make ginger tea and, things like that. I'd be like, oh. Because, I don't cook with that kind of stuff. My friend and I were in the supermarket, though, the other day. And she's like, so what is. And she's like looking at this weird little fruit. And I said, oh, that's dragon fruit. Dragon fruit? I'm like, yeah, that's dragon fruit. She's like, oh. Okay, yeah, dragon fruit. Don't ask me what they do with it, but it's good. And I had some too, by the way. I had some dragon fruit. It wasn't bad. There's another type of fruit I had, which is, I guess, it's expensive. And the way you cut it open, and then it's got these little teeny seeds in it. It's another weird fruit too that I've seen on the market, and I bought it because I actually saw it in a game, and I looked it up, and I went, oh. Quest complete. Okay, what else is next? Cherry. Okay, I got the tomatoes. See, I have a feeling I got a new quest. Let me see. Besides, see, I already know that Okay, so I'm gonna unpin. No, okay. Poppies, I'm gonna unpin. Unpin it. Oh no, no, no! I'm gonna leave it pinned. Oh, I'm gonna no. Fed up. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Carrots? Oh, figures. Okay. Carrots. Oh, and I got all those things full. Yeah. No, I didn't forget. I don't think. I don't think carrots is a 4 season thingy. So they didn't do anything special because it's their birthday today, right? We didn't get anything special because it's their, we didn't get anything like special, right? Because it's their birthday. Like, see, I'm just wondering if we get anything free because it's their birthday, you know? Oh, crap. Look at all these things I got to do. Carrots? Yeah. Carrot, carrot, carrot. Let's just mosey on down. And I don't have one lousy... Oh. One lousy. So I hope you all can understand that, I will try to be on as much as possible. Um, but if I'm not, I'm not sure how to do streaming through my phone, but I think I can probably figure it out unless I do it through my tablet, which I can probably figure out. But I'll figure something out. I will tell you this though, that where we're moving, it's going to be in a really nice area. It's actually a very popular place, I guess, in summer, especially because they have Laconia. And I'm not going to tell you what Laconia is popular for, so you guys are going to have to find that out. But their thing that especially in June, I'll give you that hint. Oh, and I'm not going to tell you it's on or around Father's Day, but it lasts for about a week. And that is about all the information I'm going to give you about Laconia. And what they do in the winter months is a totally different thing too. But it's got a beautiful lake where we are. I mean, we're like 5 minutes away from the lake. So I'm gonna make you do your homework. Yeah. I'm telling you, it's popular for one thing in June around Father's Day. That's all I'm saying. Woohoo. And people, by the way, they come from all around the world to do this. Don't ask me why. They just do. Okay? I'm just saying. Ooh. Here goes my potatoes. So I'm just saying. Simple thing. But yep. Yeah. 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 If you look up Laconia, the town we're gonna move to is just south of that. I mean, I'll tell you the name of the lake. It's Winnisquam Lake. It's a big, giant sized lake. Okay. I mean, when I say it's big, it's huge. So, like, if you look at Laconia and then you look a little further down where there's a lake, we live like 5 minutes away from there. I can actually see it from my where I live. I can actually see it. So, and I gotta tell you, I feel really good about it, and I'm very excited about it. Um, yeah, I do. I feel really good and excited and happy and whatever. Um, I kind of look at it this way. I trust that obviously my new journey is now obviously beginning, but I trust that um, the pain and everything will, it won't go away. I'm going to tell you that right now. That will not go away. But um, I will find peace. Um, I will find peace. That I do know. And I believe in that. I believe it's going to be like for me a new journey, like starting all over again, which I'm not going to worry about. Um, but I know that it's going to be something positive, and I'll be happier, and that's that. Um, so I that's why I say to you all out there, sometimes it's just a matter of you sticking your toe in the water, or feeling the warmth from the crack of the door when it's open, and the light peers in, and you feel that warmth. That's all it takes. And you got to follow your journey. Don't shut the door on the journey and live in the darkness, because that's not good. It's not good at all. But I have a feeling my journey's good. Gonna be good. And just think, if I do more videos and I'm up for my new place, let me tell you something. I'm not just gonna be, um, you might see, because like there's all kinds of things to do up there. Besides, I will play my game and everything. But you never know. I might surprise you and say, "Hey, look at this." I might. I don't know. We'll see. See. And I'm always happy to have people, follow me in my journey. Um, because that's, to me, in a sense, it's a journey in life. It really is. I kind of felt like when, and it was a hard thing for me to do that day, but when I, when I sold Larry's bikes, when the Harleys were, going into the trailer, um, and I seen the Harleys, and I'm like looking at them, and I'm looking at the other bike, and I'm like, damn, but then I knew in my heart that, you know, um, he he is once again going on another journey on his motorcycles. That's how I felt. I felt like he loved his motorcycles, and I'm like, yep, he's going on another journey to someplace else. And that's how I looked at it. I didn't look at it as being sad. I did in a way, but not fully. I looked at it as if Larry's going on another journey. He's going to ride his motorcycle. He did tell the doctor, he said, hey, listen, he says, as long as I could ride my bike, and that was, the same year that he passed away. But when he was talking to his doctor, he said, I just want to be able to get on my bike and ride. And obviously, that didn't happen. But you know what? I felt, as I watched those bikes being pulled into the trailer, I felt he's going on his journey now. And whoever gets those motorcycles, it's kind of like that's his journey. Yep. Yep. So now you see what's going on up in Laconia, huh? Don't worry, if you come there and you need water, I won't charge you. I remember I went to Laconia a few years ago because, I went, and when we went, I couldn't believe, seriously, guys, how much they would charge in for a thing of water. You ever see that? You go to an event, you might be able to get a bottle of water, let's say in the store, for $1. Well, let me tell you something. And then you go to some event and they charge you $3 to $5 for just a little bottle of water. I'm like, are they crazy? Yeah. Airports are just as bad, if not worse. I remember going to the airport, some few years ago, and I had a thing of water, and actually I didn't even open it. They were going through my bags, yada yada yada, and the TSA agent said to me, "Oh, you can't have that on the plane." I'm like, "What?" I said, "But it's sealed." She says, "Nope, sorry, no can do." So I was like, "Oh." I said, "Okay, fine." I'm like, "Okay, fine, whatever." I just like. But I was like, oh, for freaking water. And I had it when I got into the airport finally, um, I actually had to go over and, yeah, I bought I had to buy water again, obviously, and I paid three something for. Um, it was a. I think I want to say it was maybe an 8 ounce bottle of water. Yeah, go figure, right? 8 ounces of water. But I'm like, okay, it's cool. I'm good. At least I had my water, right? And then I was kind of like wanting a snack. That didn't happen. Then I seen that they had bananas, um, and of course it was a nice ripe banana. Because it wouldn't. Because I'll tell you something. When that you see that bright yellow banana, you better eat it quick because them things go bad when they're that bright yellow. And they wanted like I think it was like $2 for it. I'm like, are they crazy? So I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. I'm like, okay, $2, for a banana. Oh, was that a purpley thing that I did? Let me see. Yes, it was. No, it wasn't purple. It was. It was this color, but that's okay. I know. Yeah, that's the only downside about when you go to the airport. You want to bring a little snack with you. Because the stuff that they give you on the plane is junk. Or if you're lucky, if you get anything. I mean, lady, you going to give me crackers for what? Oh, I can get a soda? Ooh. That's if you're lucky. Yeah. It's truly amazing how they expect people. And do you ever notice that the room, what the space that you get on the airplane seats is getting smaller and smaller? It's not that people are getting bigger and bigger. That is a bunch of bull crap. They're just making them damn seats smaller. Who are they kidding? I remember coming back from yeah, it was Texas, and oh my God. First off, there was a woman. Um, you know, she was gonna sit beside me on the outside seat. So she starts, putting her stuff up in the top thing, the holder, and then she was moving my stuff around. And I said, "Hey, what the hell are you doing?" She goes, "What do you got in here?" I said, "What do I got in here?" I said, "Well, first of all, lady, that's none of your business. And second of all, take it easy." Well, then she just kind of went about her business in the thing. And the next thing you know, this was hilarious. This guy comes up and he says to the lady, "Ma'am," he says, "I believe you're in my seat." So I'm like, "Oh, Jesus, here we go." And she was not in a good mood, by the way. So, and she says, "No, this is my seat." Of course, yeah, this is my seat. Yeah, okay. And I'm in the middle, by the way, and she's on the end. Now, um, she finally realized, because the stewardess came by, she finally realized, okay, she's in the wrong seat, so she gets up. And so, you know what I politely said to her? And excuse me, ma'am, you need to take your stuff out of that container area up top. You need to take it out of there and go put it where you're going to be sitting, because this man that's going to sit down, he's going to be putting his stuff up there. And she looked at me and she goes, "You bitch." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, whatever." She did have to move her stuff. And the guy sat down and he smiled at me. We're laughing because she was really PO'd. And so then a third guy came along. I'm like, "Oh, here we go." Now, he was obviously probably, I don't know, I want to say close to 6 foot tall. And he wasn't skinny and he wasn't fat. He was just, um, he looked like he had some muscles on him. And he wasn't an old guy or young. Well, yeah, he was kind of sort of a young guy. But he was a fit man. He was a physically fit man. And So his seat was obviously the window seat. I'm like, oh damn, can we switch? But we didn't. But then, oh my God, when he sat on the other side, ladies and gentlemen, never take a middle seat. Just don't do it. So when he got into the middle, I mean, into the end seat where the window was, oh my God. Now I know how it feels to be the baseball in a glove, It's just, I felt so snug in there. Like, my elbows literally were on my waist. I'm just like squeezing myself. I'm like, okay, so I can't put my arm over there. Maybe a teeny bit, and maybe I'll put a teeny bit. And I was really pooped out and tired. And of course, the guy on the aisle seat, I think he was all good because he could stick his right arm out of anywhere. And then I sort of felt bad for the guy in the window seat because his body frame was obviously bigger than mine, and I'm like, oh man, this poor dude, he's over there out the window, And I said, here I am, I'm in a tin can, and I'm just, Then I put my hands like up on my chest, and then I put them down on my lap, and because I was just such a tight squeeze in there. Yeah, I don't like taking planes. So I kind of figure now, from now on, which I'll probably never do in a long, long, long time, is I will never take a window seat. That's number one. And number two, no, I do not want a middle seat. Do you have an aisle seat? I'll take it. But I will never, ever take those two seats. Because, I remember a long time ago being in a plane. It wasn't that bad, honestly. But this time it was bad. I mean, it was really bad. And I was beside myself. I'm like, oh my God, And I felt sorry for that young man because his biceps, his arms could have made probably two of mine. But it was like you could see that the man was uncomfortable, but he dealt with that flight the whole time. He dealt with that flight. Oh, 8 years old. So you were just a little baby. But I did. I mean, it was just, just a just having to be in a plane with, somebody, and you're sitting there going, okay. Yeah, I'm never going to, I mean, actually, and the thing that was funny too is when I finally left Texas, because I came back with my brother and my friend, I drove back from Texas to Boston. I did not want to go on a plane ever again. And my friend, she didn't want to drive, so I said, well, you know what, Pat? I will drop you off at the Dallas, Texas airport, and you can get your little butt on a plane because I am not going on a plane. I will not go through that ordeal again. Nope, not going to happen. But I seriously think that oh, a train, yeah. Now, trains I don't think are that bad. I mean, I haven't been on a train in a bazillion years, but I think you're probably right. Trains might be a little bit better transportation. Buses, I don't know. I don't know if that would be a good or a bad thing, but yeah. But trains and buses, yeah. Planes, no. That's no, not gonna happen. But obviously, if you travel by car, you're okay, which I don't mind. Yeah, airplanes, no. Although I have to say this in all honesty, I did take a plane one time when I was still down there, because I had to come back to Boston for a short time. So basically, when I did, what a little dinky rinky airport. I'm not exaggerating. And the planes, oh my gosh. Um, I do remember taking a plane from Waco, Texas, and then we ended up having to go from Waco to Dallas because it was a changeover because I was coming back to Boston, and it was a cheaper flight to do that. So, but oh my God, I couldn't get over the plane, and there was hardly anybody on it except for this lady and her few dogs, in which I thought they don't do that, but because there was hardly anybody on the plane, she allowed to let her dogs roam around on the plane, which I thought that's just not a cool thing to do, but she did. Um, and we and like, but yeah, we ended up in Dallas, which was great, and then the swap over. But yeah, I'm like, no, I am never ever gonna do this again. Never. Trains, like I said, I haven't had an experience with those. I haven't really, traveled far, but I've never heard anything bad about them. I mean, other than, you just go and you're good. Hey, we got all that in there. Yay, me. Oh, did I do the tomatoes? Yes, I did. I did all the tomatoes. And shotgun's up here. Shotgun, by the way, my cat knows something's up. He definitely knows. Yeah. And he won't leave me alone. And then he gets a little, not weird, but, yeah, he like today, he literally boldly went outside the door. I mean, I've had him sit out in the porch with me and stuff. But today, he boldly went out the door. Like, oh, I'm going to go out for a walk. No, you're not. Get your butt in here. Yeah. He does. I mean, I'm sure he knows because, I've been busy. I haven't been around, and it's going to kill him when I'm not going to be around next week sometime because, oh, look at that. I need red flowers. Well, I'll be doggone. I need red flowers. Usually you see other flower, but that's okay. I got you. He thinks he's got me. I'll get them red flowers. Come on, buddy. I swear to God, I'm going to put my cat on camera. Shotgun can be my little mascot. He's such a hot ticket, my cat. He really is. He knows he's human, like dogs. They know they're humans. They know your every move. They give you those little eyes, and they look at you like, oh, come on. Give me a little snack. Come on. You want to give me some. Or when they're bad, they know when they're bad, But, animals are really funny when they know things is going on and, they see you doing things different. They know. They ain't stupid. They know when you're packing that little overnight bag. They know you're going to be leaving and you ain't coming back. Shotgun gives me his little baby eyes. He does. He gives me those, seriously, guys, he does. Shotgun gives me these little, helpless baby eyes. That's what he does. Like when he was a kitten, he had those little baby kitten eyes. Well, Shotgun has this way of just sitting there and, like, giving you those little baby kitten eyes. Like, mama, mama, And he does it in the cutest way. Yeah. I mean, it's like if I'm eating a snack and I'll take, no, you can't have any. He just look up and give you those little eyes. I'm like, no, you ain't getting any. So go away. He tries to do that with his little baby eyes. He does. Say, come on, please. Shh. What are you doing? Oh, see, I just shoot him away, right? Now he's back up there again. If I put a camera on you there, Shotgun, you won't be doing that no more. Ooh, 105. I hope I got 105. Well, I get 105. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. That's just not even right. Okay. So, it's going to be like that, huh? Oh, and I did move, I think. No, you did not see this, you guys. And I decided I cannot do this. I thought I could, but I can't. I cannot. Well, no. I can't. I wanted to double up my flowers, like put them up on top. I can't. So what I have to do basically is just move them over, Yeah. But that's okay. I'll go to number 10. Get my flowers. I can do those because those are red. I'm not touching those because What is this? 4 hours. Yeah, okay. I'll wait 4 hours. But it's really interesting how animals, they know they're humans. They know your weaknesses. They know everything about you. They even know all your secrets. There you go. They listen to you. See? They do. Because they're your friend, your confidant. They're everything to you. And they become your family. He likes looking out the window. Because now it's warm weather and I got one of my windows open. And he likes that window. Like, ooh, what's going on out there? But you want to know something? The minute somebody walks by that window, if he sees a human being walk by that window, he runs away. He'll like dash right out of the window like, ooh, there's a human coming. I'm running. And like last year when we had him out on the porch with us and stuff, it was so hilarious. If a car even went by and we're sitting on the porch with him, he runs right back in the house. If he sees somebody on across the street walking up, he runs in the house. Yeah. And then he'll sit there at the door. Brrr. Like, what are you growling at? You're running in there like a little girl. And he does. Oh, I skipped. That's okay. I can do the blue last. Doesn't matter. I'm like, why is that a short row of flowers? Okay. I'll bet our Mr. T is there with his eyes halfway open, just trying to stay awake. Hi, Mr. T! Kudos! And all my sandbaggers and my lurkers, hello, hello, hello. But hey, I love you guys. You're the best. Oh, look at this. Am I getting parasol? I'm still on stupid parasol mushrooms. That I have a suspicion what I did was I remember doing those parasols, but would they see, that's the only drawback. It's if I did it on the other extended part of the farm, it's not going to show up here and vice versa. Oh, here's a good one for you. Yesterday I told you guys I was really busy, right? Well, here's another fun part of my day. God. So, I have this printer and it can scan, it can do all these little things, right? And I've had it for a long time. Never once did I ever have a problem with it, right? Yeah. Well, yesterday, I had to scan in some paperwork. And my scanner says, well, the program that I've been using, and it said on the very top, printer not connected. I'm like, are you kidding me? So, just for giggles and laughs, I printed out a piece of paper. It was fine. I went through and I even reconnected it back to my internet. And again, I went to the program. Printer not connected. I'm like, of all days, it's going to tell me printer not connected. And we know it is. You can physically see that it's connected. So, I kind of went through a little bit of troubleshooting. And somehow, I have no idea why. It was for some stupid, silly reason. My computer decided to change my default printer to something else under Microsoft. So I don't know if that was because Microsoft did an update and obviously didn't tell me. And so I swapped it back, and then after about 30 minutes, because I'm like, okay, I got to get this done. I just got to get this done. So, oh yeah, I better get this done too, because I got to pay my workers. I haven't paid them for a couple days. Oh, thank you very much. What do you guys got in need? Oh, sure. And step right up over here. Hello, Peter. Cheese, sure. So it took me about a half an hour though to figure out that I needed to get. What if I? No, I'll do the cheese. Yeah. So yeah, I was kind of like beside myself though. Really, just pulling my hair out, and I'm like, oh come on, don't do this to me. What would? No, I'm good. Oh, I didn't even do my animals yet, right? So we'll give her that. We'll. Oh, my clock's working, by the way, everyone. It now it's working. Don't ask me why. Just oh, 8 point. You know what? I'm gonna go yes. Oh, okay. So, but yeah, I got my clock working again. Finally. Mushrooms. Ooh. Oh, the fish department. Yeah, let's go down here and give you a bunch. What's your upgrade? App. Ooh. Okay, upgrade. Let's see what it says again. Oh, perfect. I'll take that. What else? Ooh, yep, I'll do that. Okay, what's the other? Oh, 572. Okay. Ooh. Oh, yeah, I'll do that. What else? 500. No, I ain't doing that. Sorry, guy. It's. Okay, so we did that. We got this. Okay, see, now my cat jumped out of the window because two kids are walking by and they're talking, and he ran away. Figures. Oh yeah, give me them diamonds, lady. I'll take them. Yep, you're good. I think I did. Nope, I did not. I'm not getting rid of those berries because I can't. But you see, oh damn. See, I think. How many apples do you want? Okay, I'll give you that many. That's all you're getting. One more person. And it ain't. Nope. Come on. Okay, come back here. Who's this, George? Nope, it is George. I guessed it. George didn't want any mushrooms today. See, usually he wants mushrooms. Okay, so let's go over here to the fruit and see what's up. No, I don't. Maybe ooh, you know what? I'm gonna try them. Yeah, pineapple's good. I don't want to do this, but I'll do it. Thank you. But see, I still have. Wait a minute, which one was the grapes? She does the grapes, I think. My question is, she will give you so much for grapes, right? But I'm just kind of trying to understand what the scoop is with the grapes. Like, what is she making with grapes if this is a bakery? Okay, I don't know. And I'm going to take a quick run to my second farm because I'm a little curious if, in fact, I put... Yeah. Ooh. Okay, so I get plenty of apples, and I'm going to get those apples. Why not? Because I know I don't have an overage of them, so I'm good. Oh, Mr. T is playing a new game too, by the way. Did you know that? Um, I haven't. I think he said it was. I think it's on Steam, but he is playing a new game. So I have to see what the new game's all about. I might check it. And I have to be going very soon too, because I did promise some of my friends from one of my friends from Arizona and a few other people that I'd be on my Xbox tonight. Okay, they haven't seen me, and I haven't. Well, obviously they don't see me. We play. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I don't want you to misunderstand what I'm saying. But I do miss my friends from. Oh, see, there's that purpley thing, so that means I got a quest there. And lo and behold, okay, see, I knew, but I didn't open up that other side. Maybe I should have. Wait a minute, it needs 10, right? So, hmm. Okay, so maybe, let's see, what is it? No, that doesn't open. Okay. Oh, fine. Let's do parasol. I figure if I have to do it, I'll do it. I think that's all the parasols I can do. Yep. And I don't, well... See, these are 37, 27, 25, 21, 19, 21. Ooh. You know what? I'm going to do the lowest one. Why not? Okay, so I got all of that squared away. And I don't... Oh, no, I'm not going to do this right now because... I forgot to see the Spice Man that's around the restaurant. Okay, here you go, spicy guy. Okay. And flowers again? No. And her again? I'm gonna do grapes. Okay. And I think fish guy. I'll hit the fish guy one more time. What can it hurt, right? Yep. 3-1. Alright. I'll do these guys. Ooh. Nice. It took a big scoop. Okay, so now I have to run down here. And yeah, okay, so that's, yeah, you're right. That's the name of the game, The Foundry. That's under Steam though, right? Do you know if that game Foundry is co-op or a single player, or how does that work? You know, give me just a second. I want to take a look at this because for some silly reason, see, because you know what I used to do, what I kind of still do, but just give me a second. I'm gonna look under Steam and see if, because you know it's a very, very familiar name, and let me just see, Foundry. It's just F-O-U. Oops. F-U-N-D-R-Y. Foundry. Oh, wait. Wait a second. Hold on. There is... Gosh. Okay. There's two of them, by the way. Oh, what the hell? I've got one that says Foundry Update $29.99, and then Foundry Founders Edition Upgrade, but it's a DLC. What the hell? Well, I just typed in Foundry, Foundry, right? But I think the one for $4.99, it says Founders Edition Upgrade. Okay, so let me take a look. Ooh. Build a okay, it says build a sophisticated robot factory optimized to perfection in an infinite voxel world. Does that sound familiar? Okay, so then it is. All right. Okay. Huh? You know, and it does show that he's playing. Okay. You know something? I think I played this game before. Maybe I'll take a look at it tonight or tomorrow, and we'll see what happens, because it does. It looks familiar to me. I'm trying to think of that other game. Oh, whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah. See, okay. And, yeah, you know what? It looks familiar. Yeah. And I can't remember where I've played that game before. Yeah, I that's what Mr. T was saying, too, about the updates. I don't know. I'll take a peek at it. I gotta make time, you know what I mean? I gotta do that thing called making time. Ah! I wished I remember the name of that game. But I think, you know what? I think... And it was really not a half-bad game. And off the top of my head, I can't remember the name of it either. But I was playing it on Xbox. And it was kind of like a robot-type game. It was pretty cute, really. Because, you know, it would tell you to, like, when you land, and you kind of have to build certain things, and then you explore other areas. I can't think of the name of it now. But I know it's definitely on Xbox, but it's not called Foundry. It's called something else. So I have to look and see. Wow, my poppies are already ready. Wow, pretty good. But I'll look and see. Oh, in my new place, guess what? It's got an extra room, and what I'm gonna do with that extra room is make it like my little computer room. You know what I mean? I want to have my little computer room, my little setup, and everything. Yeah, yeah. So, because as I was looking around, obviously you look around. I was looking around, checking it out. I'm like, oh wow. Because when we read the listing, it was saying it was this many rooms and then this many rooms, and I'm like, okay. But when we got there, obviously you've seen how many rooms there were, and I'm like, yeah, baby, I'm gonna be putting my computer right there, my TV, yeah. So, yeah, 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 yeah. It's perfect. I mean, seriously, it's perfect. It's perfect. Because I mean, it's like. It's got a really nice kitchen area. Oh, and it's got a beautiful indoor porch kind of thing, with the storms and the screens on it. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah. And we see, like, and then I because I was looking at some of the pictures too, because it comes with a washer and a dryer. Yeah, baby. So I was looking at them like, oh, so it does have a washer and dryer. Yay! No, and the porch is. I'll tell you what it's got in this. You're gonna get. It's gonna make you cry. I'm telling you. It's got a nice couch. For a two-seater couch, good size, and a couple of chairs that match the couch. Oh yeah, it's rocking. And it's kind of in the back. So people aren't peeking in. It's not that it's like people are peeking in anyways, but yeah, it's really nice. It's really nice. And so yeah, I was like, yeah, I was really happy about that. Let's see, what do I did those, but the next one is oh, okay, so I just got to damn. I'm not gonna put something way over there just to get to there. No, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, you better be working, Mr. Pearman. Yeah, it is, and I've showed some of my friends it, and they're like, "Oh my God, it's really nice, and it's a nice area." I was like, "Yeah," and yeah. I mean, I know, like I said, it's for me, it's gonna be one of those places. Kind of, I'm gonna be feeling like, um, I'm gonna be like starting from scratch, meaning that you know, because there's a lot of stuff here too that I'm not going to be taking with me. So it's going to give me a chance and an opportunity to kind of start building just with, new stuff. Well, not new, but you know what I mean. But to kind of figure out how I want it to look with with the rooms and things like that. But yeah, first thing I thought, I saw that one, because I saw this one room, and I'm going to have the guys take it out for me, but there was this one room, and I said, "Why does it have a little?" And then I realized, oh God, um, it had like a couch where two people can sit on, right? Well, guess what? It's also a pull-out sofa that weighs a flippin' ton. When I say it weighs a ton, let me tell you, it is no joke. It's a ton. No wonder why no one took it out. And of course, the seller of the place, we had to say, either you take it out or you give it to us for free. I mean, there was like, there's some other furnitures in there, so she decided, she didn't want any of it. Of course not. Especially that big, heavy couch. Good God. So, I'm gonna have that, taken out. I'm gonna have it removed. So, as you know what I did, I wanted to like look back behind the couch, and a small little couch shouldn't be heavy, right? So I start, I puts my hand, behind it, and I'm like, what the hell? I could hardly move. I'm like, oh, struggling. I'm like, oh, I said, oh, no, no, no. This is not a regular couch. This is a little single, whatever you want to call it, sleep sofa. I said, oh, no, 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 no. That's going out. So yeah, I contacted these guys, and I asked them how much it would cost, which was a fair price. So I'm like, well, then I'm gonna need you to come down and take it out. Yeah, and it's not gonna cost much. There was a few other items to them, and it's worth the price. But yeah, don't buy a, don't ever buy one of those sleeper sofas. Don't do that. Just go to Amazon or something like that, and they got those cushiony things or blow up beds or something. My son did that, for a while. And I said, well, Chris, he goes, well, I don't have a bed. I'm like, you know what, Chris? You can go down to Walmart and they have those blow up beds. Oh, yeah, that's right. That was so funny. Because it really was a nice, blow up type bed until he kind of fell on it and it kind of got a little hole in it. He would go, Ma, look at it now. I'm like, And yes, Chris, did you like flop in your bed or something? Is that what you did? Well, yeah. I was like, well, you can't do that, Chris, because it's not a regular bed. So we had to find the hole and patch it up, and it. But you know what? It served its purpose. It did. Because I said, I said, Chris, unless you buy yourself a futon. He says, don't you want to buy it from me? I was like, no, I'm not going to buy you a futon. You buy it. Yeah. And he didn't like futons either. That was another thing. No, I don't want to sleep on no futon, Ma. No. Those things are terrible. Like, yeah, I know they are. I said, futons are meant for people that you don't want them to stay for very long. And so that's why they created futons. You're not supposed to feel good on your back or any of that. Come on, Mr. Fairman, you can do better than that. Look at you, lazy guy. It's okay. I'll get my own pairs. Thank you very much. Oh, and then I got to do the animals, don't I? Yay! Gosh, I remember in the days when I first started doing this farm, and obviously it's wide open, um, and I had some still do, I had some very wonderful people help me with it. And the thing that's so amazing is, it's like I remember in the days when I first started doing this, you know, before I did my clothes. And the thing that I find funny is that now I got all these animals, all these trees, you know what I mean? Like, and then if some of you remember, I mean, I didn't have a whole heck of a lot of flowers and, all this good stuff going on. So it was very easy for me to end my, video, for example, or my stream, sorry. It was very easy for me to end my stream because I didn't have a whole lot of, things to harvest or anything like that. And now I'm like looking at this big, huge farm, and there's a lot to do. But I remember when there was not very much to do. But that's not a bad price, by the way, Ace, for that game. $30. That's not bad. Look at this. Now it's saying canary melon. Canary. Watch it be. No. 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 So when does canary melons due? Spring, summer. Okay, we're good. And hello, my little polka dotted friends. I love these little pigs. So listen, I could put a bunch of these little pigs on your farm because I want 5 million of those little polka dotted pigs. And you can put your 5 million chickens on my farm. I do love these polka dotted pigs. I do. I love them. I don't know. I mean, I seen them on the farm together, the first one, and they were polka dot, but um, it just seems like when you look at them now, they're even more cuter than farmed together. I mean, look at how teeny they are. I could take them home with me. That's terrible. And some people do. They keep little pigs as pets. So, not that I'm gonna have one. Thank you very much. But I mean, they're so cute. That's why I put them right out in the front so I can see them all the time. Hey, but Ace, are you aware how expensive? I mean, seriously, the species of some chickens cost. I mean, I don't mean like $500. I mean they can go for $2,000 or $3,000 for a chicken. For a chicken, why? I don't get that. I don't get it. Why chickens can be so damn expensive? It's not like you're gonna eat them. But yeah, I was just amazed. Well, what are you doing there, Mr. Goat? Yeah, I don't know, but what because like when I was in Texas and my brother says, "Did you know that that's a that chicken right there costs like $1,500 something dollars?" I'm like, "No, sir." He goes, "Honest." He goes, "Look it up. You'll see." I'm like, "Okay, so you got these chickens that are a couple of grand, right? And they're producing these little eggs. Okay, so okay, yeah, I get it. No, I don't." See what I'm saying? They have different breeds of chickens, and yeah, I don't know. And it's what was hilarious when I was down there, because he had it all. He lived in a little small area, but he gave me like my own room and everything else, and it was really funny that it was a nice day, and the doors open, and I wasn't really paying much attention, and all of a sudden up comes this chicken into the house, and I'm like, yo, bro, get this bird out of here. It's not a bird, it's a chicken. I said, well, listen. He goes, I'll get it out. Yeah, they had all these different type of chickens, and then on the farm, they had these baby goats. They were so cute. I mean, little baby goats. They were so cute and adorable. And then they had pigs, and then they had some cows and a bull. I forget now what my brother, he said his name was. And my brother said, do not go over and try patting it or anything else. He goes, because he will come after you. But this bull had the prettiest, cutest face, like you'd want to kind of go up and go, hey, cutie pie, or hey, buddy. No, you don't do that. He just wasn't the cute and cuddly type, even though he looked it. And then after a few days, there's probably bigger. I seen the world's biggest hog or pig or whatever the heck it was. I mean, I've never seen one like in real life. I've seen them, like on TV and stuff and in videos, but never a really. When I saw one up close and personal, and he's just standing there like looking at me, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, he was a big boy. He was just a huge thing. It's like I didn't bother him, and he didn't bother me. Oh, watching my gas. Yes, I am. How far did I say I was supposed to go? Okay, so I'm getting close to the mark. See, I have a marker up here. My gas pump marker. See that gas pump over to the right? I'm good. Come on. Here we go, baby. Here we go. Up we go. And over here. Now, I'm not sure if I think I will be able to make it. Wait a minute. Because when you do it horizontally, there's one over there to the right. That's because when certain people come here, instead of them doing it this way, they do it the other way. So, but you'll be covered either way. My sheep look like, yeah, well, who cares? Look at these, all these little sheep. And then there's my little quacky quack ducks. They're quiet over here. Oh, it's nighttime, so they shouldn't be quacking. I do sometimes too. It just depends. But look at that. Look at that scene. How can you not like that when you're just doing these little things and you see the snowmen? I gotta put some scarecrows up there. Like there's activity going on up there. Those little ducks are sleeping over there. What is their deal? They belong in their pen. Look at this, how they just kind of like there's 3 or 4 to, just laying around, getting their naps in. Look at that, there's 5 of them over there. But I'm actually glad though that, like before, like when you're doing this, you're not moving any of the animals like you could before and farm together. Oh, it's past your bedtime, guys. You should be in sleep, not in the pond. Hey, that would be a nice little setup. Make a pond, like some sort of a pond, and put some ducks around the pond. Yeah, that might be a nice little. But I need more stuff. I need more accessories. We need more houses. We need more things. We need more accessories. I need a gnome. I need a dwarf to put down in the mine. Oh, now it's daylight. All the ducks will be in the pond. Oh, and then that stuff is ready. Okay, this is a good thing. Damn, didn't I do? I did the fish. Now I gotta do them again. Yeah, something with the little. Something with a little something something. I don't remember if like they had these like little curtain things, or maybe they were windows. I'm not sure, but they're really cute. Because I put it in the house, and they kind of had like this little glow on the windows because they look, like these little bees or something dropping down, but they looked really nice. And then, they had the lighting up there and stuff. I'm sure they're gonna put all that stuff in once they get everything into play, because I know that they're trying to get this on console, so they're probably gonna, have all of that. But it would be nice if they had some kind of bundle made up, like they did with Farm Together. And I mean, a bundle, maybe for like $10 or something like that. I'd buy it. It's just too bad. They might want to put some stuff in there for indoor, outdoor decorations or something. Even if it wasn't a house, it would be, really nice indoor, outdoor stuff. I'd like that. See, that is good timing. I can't remember what event it was, but although I won't forget that big, giant, gaudy tree. Oh my god! And there's my purple pump. Woohoo! And here we go. Final round. And nothing left to do. See that? So you all know if you ever come to my farm, you're covered by actually 3 gas pumps. And there's no way you're going to run out of gas. See, even if you do all my animals, you can do them all. Okay, so, ooh. I'm going to hit up number 1. I think I have to wait until spring. For the next one, I think it is springtime. And I didn't. Oh, man. Oh, you know, the one thing I forgot to do was the piano. Crap. And I have a feeling. Yeah. I have a feeling that the piano is in use. No, it's not. Yay. Okay. Yes. Oh, it's done, actually. Okay. So I gotta do that one. We need a 3rd house. And this. And this. And with this level 10, 8. No, I'm gonna wait until it's higher level. I probably do. I have to upgrade it. Oh. No. Yes. Yeah. Nope. That one. This one. No, I knew it. I knew one of them wasn't. But that's okay. What? Well, that's interesting. Oh. Okay, thank you. I hit the thing and, it just kind of like picked whatever it was doing, so. Okay, so all of that's done. Okay, out I go. Oh, my 3 little friends. Okay, so. What was 486? Oh, those trees. And they're not ready yet, so. I'm not going to put anything in there. I was going to, but. But I know that those tomatoes, I'm surprised that the tomatoes were very low. And I'm gonna do these two. I should do more tomatoes again. By the way, Ace, you know, I have a niece that's out there in California. I don't think she lives in LA, but she lives pretty close to LA. Yeah. And you know what she drives? She drives a Lamborghini. Woohoo. Yeah. Let's see. I got tomatoes. Okay, I don't want to. When did I say those were? Spring, summer. Okay, maybe. Okay, so there's a spring, summer. Maybe I'll. What do I got? Yeah, I'm just gonna do these. Some more tomatoes. Wow, my farm is almost level 200. I just realized that. Wow. But if you look at that little excuse me thing that says 199, it sits there at 199 forever and a day. Oh, come on. 1958, right? What do I get for this? I'll take those tomatoes instead. Oh, is that what I have to be? Is 200? Huh. Well, farm number 3 can be whatever you want because I don't know what I want to do and I don't really care. So it's up to you and Mr. T to decide. I guess that's where you can stash the 5 million chickens, huh? I can't believe this though. Look at that, 199 still. It's like, give me a break. Anytime today. Oh my lord. Vroom vroom. Oh yeah. Rev that engine, rev that motorcycle. We all like that. Okay. So far, it's still 199. Okay. And how many of the? I don't know. Um. Hmm. Oh, what the heck? I can do these. No, I don't want to do any more strawberries. There's plenty. Ooh, no. Garlic 40. Oh, I'm gonna do these. The baby blue pumpkins are they're done. I harvested those. That's what I'm saying. I just got wheat and tomatoes and peanuts up there. I'll get it. But it's like a sliver. Like, come on. That's what I'm saying. It's like, but if you, I mean, look it. It's like a sliver. Come on. It's just gonna make me work for it. That's why. Oh, come on. Cut the crapola. Oh, I know where I'm gonna get. I know where I'm gonna get it from. I know exactly where to go. Hmm. Oh, come on. I can now hardly see the sliver. It's like I can strain my eyes to see it. Dang. Oh. Oh, man. Okay. You know where I'm going to get my 200? Right over here. I know exactly where to get it. Yeah. We get my 200 right now. Maybe. Uh-oh. Oh, you kidding? Oh, 80 XP. I was going to say. Look at that. Oh, come on. It's, that's just wrong. I should have did the favor thing, huh? Even though I have a little bit, I should have done that. I got 100 XP. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. This is just wrong. Oh, come on. That's sad. I don't think... that thing is... I mean, okay. When I look at that 199, it is so small. Like, it's touching on the bottom. Okay, 160 XP, right? Are you serious? Oh, man. It did this to me the last time. Like, it just... It's like, ha, 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 ha. You're not getting it. Oh, my God. Oh, wait till I get to my lemons. We'll see about that. Now, does it, if you all look at that, it looks almost closed. It really does. Like, it's just almost closed. Okay. Oh, my God. Really? Really? So it's gonna be like that, huh? Okay, hit me up with spring. Come on, come on, come on. Canary melons. 1, 2, 2. Go over here. No, I did. Canary melons, huh? I'll give them some canary melons. Unbelievable. It's okay. That's what I'm saying. You could barely see the damn... Okay, now, I mean, if you look at it seriously, do you think maybe that's a glitch or something? Because, I mean, I can just barely see it. Like, it's... I couldn't even put a piece of paper in between them lines. Yeah, that's just wrong. I should ask the devs about that. Well, what is this, something to make us all, I mean, look at... And I'm getting 35 XP. And it's not doing nothing. Oh, wait. Now it's closed. Check that stuff out. It is completely... Thank you. Thank you very, very much. I was going to say that is completely closed. Yeah, it should show you the numbers. It definitely should. They should put something there. I mean, I finally made 200. Yay me. But I mean, that's just wrong. That was just no. No, I shouldn't be doing that. Because I would legit want to see the numbers. I really would. Because it did this stuff the same time the last time, too, when I was playing. And, was waiting to get to that other level. And it was like, I'm sitting here watching it, and it just barely moved. Oh, look at now, it's moving. Woohoo. Yeah, the devs need to fix that. So, which means I can go into town after I finish this, and I can go and supposedly purchase more land. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna do just barley. Oh. And I screwed up over there, so. I just can't believe it does that. Yeah, I'm not gonna. No, I'm gonna wait till that whole field's ready. I don't know what to think about that new thing. Whoa. 500 ribbons, huh? After all that, I worked on it. Oh. And then they have to be 300. Okay. So whatever you guys decide to do with my number 3, you can have at it. Because I'm not going to touch it. Ever. I'm just going to have it to have it. That's it. Does seem like this guy. This guy's got. No, I don't want to sell anything. Oh, crap. It made me... Perfect. Oh. Oh, look. Oh, wow, they all just... Wow. Oops. Oh, come back here, you 3 little school people. I've never seen that. They must have just spawned. Oh, yeah, I need some ribbons back. Thank you, sir. That's a first. I've never seen that many come out in a row. Cider. Oh, God. And you want lemons for lemon. I should start telling her no, because she should give me some diamonds. And I'm not going to go after them, guys. They can wait. But I am going to log off because I'm a little tired and I want to do a couple of things. And maybe... Yeah. Ooh. Oh. No. Well, I suppose I could. flower farm is born. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And we'll let you be the first to put the flowers on, but I have to have those flowers at, let me look. See, oh, I have to check these again. Oh, those only need to be 2 more levels, and then I can get this one open. I have to be, my farm's going to be level 205. My sunflowers will be, okay. And then whatever the royal blue poinsettias. So I just have to wait for my royal blue poinsettias to be level whatever it is. And oh wait, I should do them now so I can get them done another way. I'll do them before I log off. Yes, sirree. Can't forget my flowers. Especially these. These are. Oh, did they just level up without me? And I looked away for like a second. I think they leveled up. Yes, they did. Yeah, baby. You keep leveling them up. That's a good thing. Okay. Yeah, it's those blue ones. So I think that that other flower gained 2 more levels. Yep. Let me see. Royal blue, 55. Okay. Oh, Asher red, 47 over 60. What? Oh, well, I got a ways to go on those. Yeah, and then see, none of those are ready. I am gonna go to 5 and do that. Well, yeah, might as well while I'm here. Get my little puppies, because that is kind of low. Oh, does that mean I get something? Oh, wow. So these will be ready for tomorrow, and I think my quest will be done by tomorrow. Oh, done now. Yay me. Oh, okay. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna finish this off and do like. Might as well. Hate when I do that. Oh, that's crappy. You know, see, this is that stuff. Oops, now I can't even see it. But this is that new thing that they put in. You know, I don't know. I mean, I suppose it looks all right. I mean, it's okay. I don't know. But the only thing it's good for is a divider. So, let me do this. Wait a minute, is some fish over here? Oh, okay, yeah, I gotta do them all. And I think I have more fish to open up on this too, so. Oh. So I just need to do a cocoa tree. And a cow. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna head back to the house. Hey, y'all. Thank you for being here, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening and morning and afternoon. I do appreciate you all being here. Um, but look out there, look up, feel the warmth. It doesn't take much, just a little. But I want you to all have a blessed day. And thank you.